Hi everyone, it's Mrs. Merrill here. I thought what I would do today is review Chapter 6 of A Long Walk to Water and talk you through a quiz we have with some questions regarding Chapter 6. Question 1. What is one thing that Naya likes about the camp? So our choices would be A, the idea that she gets to sleep in a makeshift tent. B, Naya did not have to carry all of their things to the new camp. C, Naya did not have to make 2 long trips to find water. Or D, it gave her more time to hunt with her brother. Well, we know that she was not hunting with her brother. She was staying back with her mother and sister. So when looking at these choices, one thing that Naya does like about the camp is C, that she didn't have to make 2 long trips to find water. So it is answer C. Number 2, Naya's mother does not like the camp, which is not one of the reasons. Notice the word not is underlined and in capitals. That's an important part of this question, which is not one of the reasons. A, Naya's mother is afraid that they will run into Dinka tribesmen. B, she does not like the fact that they cannot bring any of their things. C, she does not like that the family has to sleep in makeshift tents. Or D, her mother is upset that the water is not all that clean by the pond. So the question asks us, which is not one of the reasons? Okay, Naya's mother does not like the camp. The answer to this one would be D. Her mother is upset that the water is not all that clean by the pond. That's not one of the reasons that she doesn't like the camp. She doesn't like the camp for all of the reasons listed above. Number 3, Salva's mouth opened and closed as if he was a fish. What figurative term is being used in this sentence? Our choices are metaphor, simile, personification, and hyperbole. As we know, a hyperbole is a gross exaggeration of something. Personification is giving human characteristics to non-human things. A simile is when we use the words like or as to compare two things. And a metaphor is a comparison between two things without using the words like or as. So Salva's mouth opened and closed as if he was a fish. I see that word as right there. You can tell I had already circled B. It's a simile. Number 4. What does Salva infer about his uncle carrying the rifle? A, he's dangerous and he may hurt the others in the group. B, he's a leader of the group. C, he works for the government and he will lead them to a safe place. Or D, he has an easy way of hunting. Salva infers that his uncle is B, a leader of the group. Were you guys thinking that one as well? I hope so. Number 5. Uncle says, "Hey, nephew," he said in a cheerful voice. "We are together now, so I will look after you." What is not something that Salva's uncle is trying to do? Again, that word not is in large print. What is something that Salva's uncle is not trying to do? A, Salva's uncle is trying to take his mind off his family and cheer him up. B, Salva's uncle is telling him that he will be his new guardian. C, he's trying to make Salva worry. Or D, Salva's uncle is trying to instill hope in him. I think Salva's uncle is trying to take his mind off his family. And he is telling him that he will now be his new guardian. And he is trying to instill hope in him. So when I think of what is not something he's trying to do, he's not trying to make Salva worry. That is not something that he's trying to do. Number 6. Why is Salva so miserable after eating the topi? A. Salva's uncle did not cook the meat enough. B. Salva did not eat enough food. C. Salva has never eaten topi before and it made his stomach extremely sick. Or D. Salva ate too fast because he was so hungry. So why was Salva so miserable after eating the topi? The answer to this one would be D. Salva ate too fast because he was so hungry, and that's what made him very sick to his stomach, and he was vomiting on the side of the path. Okay, let's move on to number 7. Which is not an event working against the group's survival? Again, the word not is in large print. So what's not an event working against the group's survival? The sun, lions in the wilderness, hunger, or storms? The sun is working against them. It is very hot. Lions and the wilderness are working against them. Hunger is definitely working against them as well. The answer here would be D, storms. Number 8. His face became very solemn when Salva told him that he had not seen nor heard a single word of his family in all that time. What does the word solemn mean? So his face became very solemn. Does it mean excited, angry, serious, or compassionate? The word solemn means serious. Number 9. What does the saying, "a cold fist seemed to grip Salva's heart" mean? Does it mean A, Salva is cold and he needs to find warmth? B, something punched Salva's chest? C, Salva is extremely upset and distraught over a situation? Or D, literally a cold fist is gripping his heart? So this is use of figurative language. A cold fist seemed to grip Salva's heart. That was when he found out that his friend Merrill had died. So what would that mean for Salva? Right, it would be C, that Salva is extremely upset and distraught over a situation. Number 10. Which line is a foreshadow of Merrill's death? A, "I am sorry, Salva," Uncle said quietly, "your friend." B, one day the group began walking in the later afternoon with hopes of reaching a water hole before settling down for the night. Salva took 2 steps off the path and fell asleep, and by dawn everyone was exhausted. Every day they saw lions, usually resting in the shade of the small trees. One in the distance, they saw a lion chasing a topi. Which one provides foreshadowing of Merrill's death? Right, D. Every day they saw lions. So them mentioning lions a few times before Merrill's death is definite foreshadowing of how he died. Number 11. As he opened his eyes, he heard wailing. What does the word wailing mean? A, yelling. B, in pain. C, crying uncontrollably. Or D, chaos. If you are wailing, you are C, crying uncontrollably. That is what wailing means. Last one, number 12. They had no house and had to sleep in makeshift shelters. Which would most likely be makeshift housing? Would it be A, a tent, B, a concrete structure, C, a house, or D, a log cabin? Now don't forget, makeshift does mean that it can be put up and taken down and moved very easily. And if that was the case for makeshift, it would be A, a tent. Great job listening, everybody. I hope you enjoy reviewing Chapter 6, and you can tune in this week for Chapters 7, 8, and 9 of our Week 3 of online learning. Hope to see you guys soon. Bye, everyone.